So welcome back to my video series on my building process for my furniture. This is video number 2, and what I'm going to cover today is my plywood web frames. A lot of times in my furniture I'll build these because they're able to add a lot of strength to the piece of furniture. I'll put them in places where they won't be seen, and at least in the finished project, and they add a lot of strength without a lot of weight. And so we'll go through the process. It's a really simple process of what I do here. Typically, I will cut my plywood strips in 3 inches wide. Sometimes I'll vary that a little bit based on the project. The project that I'm working on today, in fact, will need a piece that's 5 inches wide, actually 2 of them. And so I have ripped a couple to 5 inches. And oftentimes as I rip down these sheets, I'll have a piece that's left over, and it won't be quite 3 inches, but I'll just go ahead and rip it down to about what's left. And just there's oftentimes I can use a piece like that. That'll work great for cross braces or whatever I need. So I try not to use too much or waste too much of the sheet of plywood, so it usually works out pretty well. So cutting these strips is pretty simple. I just cut them on the table saw. The one thing that I would mention here is if you have a factory edge on that plywood, I do like to rip that off, just a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch, just to give you a nice straight edge. A lot of times they can be rough or chipped out or whatever, just from being transported around or whatever. So I will clean up that edge, and then I'll just go ahead and rip them through the table saw at whatever width that I need. And then it's over to the miter saw to cut those to the length. I do like to square up one end when I begin cutting those, just to make sure it's nice and square. And I also use a stop block to make sure that those pieces that are the same length are as accurate as we can make them. And that does help make for squarer web frames. And here we're setting the depth to cut a groove down our stiles for the frames. And I will just use the regular saw blade on this, and I will run it through, and then as you'll see here, I'll turn it around and run it through the other direction. And that ensures that the groove is centered. And I usually cut those about a 1/2 inch deep. Here I'm setting up to cut the tongues on our rails for the frames. And then I'll use a sacrificial fence, and I'll set that to cut the 1/2 inch tongue. So here's a test piece, and I like to use a test piece just to make sure I get a good fit. And there you can see that's a nice slip fit there. Now I can just go ahead and run the tongues on all the rest of the rails that we have for our frames. And then as I go to glue them up, I like to just go ahead and put glue on all of the tongues for all of the rails. And then I can slip those together. It kind of makes the process a little faster for me. And I will position those in such a way that if I'm running a dado for some later assembly of other web frames or some parts or pieces of the project, I will put one of those rails in that position so that I can run the dado centered through that rail as well. And I just make sure that I get those right where I want them, and then go ahead and clamp them up and check the diagonals to make sure the frame is square. Then I'll secure those joints with some 5/8 inch brads. So there's a couple of web frames that we've got built for our project that we're working on. They go together really pretty quick and easy. The only thing that I'll have to do with these now is I'll go ahead and sand the joints on both sides. Give them a good sanding, that'll kind of clean them up, and then they'll be ready to use for our project. So if you like this series that I'm doing with my process of building furniture, let me know. Go ahead, and I plan on doing several more videos as far as the different processes and things that I do. If you have any questions or comments, post those below. I'll get back and answer those as best I can. And again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time around.